Okay, hello everyone. Well, anyway, so I had to take those two videos down. What was going on is my internet speeds had slowed down severely. And that is not uncommon for that to happen because I live in a rural setting where, you don't have many options for internet services and stuff. So they can play around and do what they want to do and charge you what they want to charge you. And guess what? They have the upper hand. So I was trying to live stream with speeds right at shoot, they were going like 6.6 and fluctuating up to 56. So I had to wind up just shutting it down. And so I was advised to I was advised to unplug the modem. So I unplugged the modem and got the speeds back up again and stuff. And so I tried to go for it again and noticed that I got, shut down again. And so I was like, okay, I tell you what, Molly, you was hanging on in there with me, wasn't you, girl? So I had one person in there for about a couple of minutes, and she said, okay, mama, she said, I got to get into bed. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this started again. So hopefully tomorrow, which will be like, dang, I think, shoot, my dates are mixed up. I say April the 11th of 2018 at 11 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to do another live hangout, and I'm going to do it in front of the computer. I was trying to do a blackout screen, and I'm going to do it like that. And so I'm going to do it tomorrow. The topic was, I have a slew of souls and spirits with me since my aunt died, because I was told by a master teacher that he saw lots of souls and spirits around me attached to me. And this is something that's new that just happened. And he even asked me, did somebody pass away? And I told him it's my aunt. And he said, well, she's with you. And most of the spirits most of the spirits and souls that was with her are with me now. And it's because my aunt was actually a preacher. Okay. She was a preacher. Well, I would rather say she was a more or less a minister. And so it was a lot of people that followed my aunt, and he was saying that they're with you now. And I'm like, that's pretty powerful. But I was a bit confused because I was like, I don't necessarily know, what to do with them. Because in my mind, I felt like, well, okay, well, maybe I'll make zombies out of them, and I know I use that loosely, but I'm human, okay? I got a broad imagination. And so he was not too happy about that, because I know that for sure she may have, not sure, may have used hoodoo to poison two husbands. Okay. And those two are definitely attached to me. And I want to talk to you all about it and tell you how I know that they are attached to me. And I know, and I said their names during the live chat, but I'm not going to say their names now. But it's funny because I called both of their names, but one of them came to me, and he was also a preacher. He preached, he had his own church. Okay. I would call Reverend's name, pastor's name, but I can't due to privacy reasons. But the one I know for sure, okay, that one is with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and call his first name, but not his last name. His name is John. As soon as I called John's name, I saw him in my mind's eye. I had on a brown pinstripe suit with a hat on and a briefcase. Now, knowing that I have these spirits with me, I wanted to chit chat with you all to get an idea of, like, not necessarily saying what should I do with them, but getting some ideas from you all as to what would you all do. Okay, because everybody's going to have something different. Some people are going to be very dark with it. Some people will bring the light to it. It just depends on the practitioner. All views are welcomed, okay? And I just ask that, we just all, be respectful. This is a place where we like to be respectful of one's path. No criticism or whatever. Everybody was very, very kind in the chat. I don't really have trouble with trolls and stuff. Trolls are even respectful to me. And because now, and where I'm at now in my age, at my age now, I feel like I deserve it. Hello? In my 50s, I deserve some respect. I'm going to respect you all. And trolls, and I am definitely looking for you all to give me the respect too. Hello? So anyways, please, if you possibly can, and it's the Great Big Mama's will, I will be live at 11 p.m. if nothing happens. I know for sure, unless something happens, okay? Because I want to discuss this. Like, what would you all do? Because they are there. I feel them. It's, like I say, it's very powerful and strong. It feels like I am actually pulling a large cart with a lot of heavy metal in it, and it's very, very heavy. And that's quite a bit for a woman in her 50s. Don't you think so? The souls that were carried around with a 90-some-year-old woman. And now some people probably be wondering. Now, when y'all hear me doing this, I be rubbing my legs and stuff. It's just a habit. Just like people who might do some other little stuff, like you ever seen people just move their legs like that? It's just like calming. So anyways, you may just hear me rubbing my leg repetitiously. So that's what you're hearing. But there may be some people saying, well, why would she have a lot of souls attached to her? By her being a minister and having lots of people calling her on the prayer line, and she going to speaking engagements and preaching and giving out words of wisdom and, even preaching at funerals and stuff. That's a lot of responsibility. So these spirits are with me. Hello? They still have not gone on. Now, it's a chance and a possibility that she has tried to get them to go on further. Maybe the reason why she wouldn't let go of the ghost and held on in there for a minute for them, and finally she had to let them go, and they're still here. Now they have attached themselves to me. Hello? Took mama blood pressure up. Mama still fighting to get that pressure down. Okay? Ain't never been with me that long. Because some of these beings, these are they are sick and they're not well. And they're energy drainers, some of them. So, how can they benefit me? Hello? If they're going to hang around and I ask them to go home, and I try to release them and they continue to stay around, I want to know how can they benefit me, or just what do you think? Now, I do say that I owe an apology to you all, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, my master teacher told me in the spirit, he said that it is not right for you to, and it's interesting that I'm telling you this, because I know what y'all thinking. Y'all thinking my master teacher has a physical body, but he does not. Now, I can't even tell y'all the name, because there are some people that will summons him or try to invoke him, and I'm not going to allow that. Okay, but anyways, I do have a master teacher that does not have a physical body that does talk to me. Okay, facts. He said that I was disrespectful when I said, and I said it on a video, that I have two of my aunt's deceased husbands with me, and I'm gonna make slaves out of them. First of all, that's gonna be kind of hard to do, because I don't quite know how to do it. And he told me it was disrespectful, so I owe you all an apology. I am so sorry to say that I was gonna make zombies out of them. I'm sorry. So I'm apologizing to you all for that, for disrespect, because I thought about it. That can be some, just like somebody could have lost their father or something, or their brother or something, somebody like that. And for them to think that I would do something like that and just be so open about it. And now I want you to know that there are people that do that, and they're not open about it. They enslave souls. So I apologize for saying that, okay? But I still want to have the show. I want to talk to the people of the light and the people of the dark. Give me some ideas of what you would do if you had those many spirits and souls around you. They're very active here because there are far more people gravitating to me in the physical now, not necessarily on YouTube and on social media. These people are coming to my house now, just like my aunts. It's almost scary because I'm like, oh my God, the life seems so much like hers. My God, what is going on here? And so I'm sitting here saying, what do I do in this situation at this point? You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all about it. And maybe this conversation can also help you all too. But I will be encouraging John to go back to the light. The other one, James, is not here. I haven't had any interaction with James, but definitely John. That was the second husband. I've been having some interaction with him. Just seeing him in the mind's eye. He was such a sweet man. Oh my God. You would just melt he would just melt in your hands, because he was so sweet. He would give you the shirt off his back. Now, as I'm talking to you, I can hear a hum. I can hear my aunt. And she sounds like she's just out of breath. And she's so sickly. Oh my God, it's just crazy. I noticed that about going back to about the summer when my auntie was really laboring to give up the ghost, that all of a sudden this what they would call the boogeyman kept coming to me. And this is crazy. And it would come to me and say, and I even did a poem about it. And a few people got it. A lot of people, they just didn't get it. And so, when your frequency is being raised, because when your frequency is being raised, you can be so open-minded. And so anyways, and it was the video. Some of y'all remember that video where the name of it was called, and that was the name of it, that video. But it was on me, and it was robbing me of a lot of energy and coming back and forth. And now I know that it was something that was coming off my aunt as she was giving up the ghost. Also, along with that, in the mornings when I wake up, I could hear her voice, sort of moaning. So I mean, and my voice sounds so much like her voice, I couldn't tell the two voices apart. My auntie voice is exactly like mine. The difference is I'm a very boisterous person. Okay, as you already know. My teacher would always use that word, Vanita, you are so boisterous and obnoxious. And I've always been that way. And the reason why is because growing up as a child, I was always told you are supposed to be seen and not heard. So when I was out and about and I had the opportunity to be heard, you better believe I was loud with it. And I'm like that even now, because I could be talking and people don't pay me no attention. So I have a tendency to kind of blurt out things like, whoa, wait. Did you hear me? That's my personality. And so that's the only way I can tell the difference between her voice and mine, because she had a very calm voice until she got angry. But she would be like, John, are you going to make some coffee? Oh no, John, are you going to make some coffee? Because she spent a little time in New York, and honey, she just bragged. When I was 19, I left and I went to New York, and I drove a bus for New York Transit. She talked about that so much. And when she came back, she had a voice change. Her voice changed, and it was very, like, very proper, like, yes. And I worked for New York Transit, and I had a tiny waist, and I had the smallest waist. I could take both of my hands, and I could put them right there in my mid waist, and they will meet each other. Put those books on your head and walk like a lady. Cross your legs like a lady. And she was like that, when I say very sophisticated and proper, that she was. So, but I could hear her voice. It started the summer of 2017, all the way up until the time she passed, and I don't hear it anymore. But every morning I would get up, and I could hear her. So, and I would say, what the fuck? What is going on? And it would be like in my voice, because, I can't even explain it. I could hear the vibration in my vocal cord. You know what I'm saying? And I would hear that, and I was like, something is wrong. I just thought I was losing my mind. And, man, I was seeing some crazy shit around that time, because she was trying to transition. And I had no idea it was my auntie. Bird had flew in the house and everything. And it even got on the bus. I always get on the bus with dead souls. I just heard her again. My aunt said, She just keep, Y'all, you got to be brave to be in this stuff right here, man. Some people say they in it and they don't hear not one thing. They don't see one thing. Them some lucky people. Because you got to be brave. Because these spirits will be coming to you. You be hearing them. When I see the spirits, most of the times I can see most of just a shadow cast. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pretty much see the body, just a full-blown body. It's not right now. Give me some time, y'all. I ain't ready for all that. Not right now. But, my power number coming up 9. That's a power number. So anyway, I would hear. Matter of fact, I'm talking about, I can hear. I be waking up in the morning. I be saying, wait a minute now. Right between, I've been to close my eye, waking up, counter, alert, counter, and I can hear a moaning in my voice, and I'm like, what is this? What's going on? It sounds like I'm moaning. Waking up, moaning. So I try to make the sound too to see if it's really mine. I said, why? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just hummed or something. Well, come to find out, Mika said that she would be crying in the morning. And crying some nights. And she would come here and cry to me. I had no clue, y'all, until now, that she was crying to me and asking for help. So I'm learning now. See? I'm learning. Next time I'll know what's going on. I didn't know. The next time I hear moaning and crying when I wake up, then I know it's somebody elderly that I love that's suffering. Now, the minds work that way. It might not work that way for everybody, but just working that way for me. So, she has all these spirits. And I want to talk to y'all and see exactly what would you do in a situation like this. Can these spirits benefit me? Or can they burden me? I got a feeling I already know what y'all going to say. Now, I know a great magician would be like, okay, I'm going to send some home, but the most powerful is I'm going to keep them here. But I don't know how to go in the astral ring. I'm the master teacher. which is not what y'all think, not a physical body here. My master teacher is a spirit. And that's his name, Master Spirit. He said, listen, you got to go into the realm of the invisible world to see who all they are, who all of them are. And I'm like, ooh, that's a task. Because I'm like, I don't have a clue as to how to do that. So far, what they're doing, they're pulling more people towards me. More people are coming to the house, just like they did my aunt. Mr. Willis saying, oh my God, you acting too much like your auntie. I love to sit out on the front porch like she did. You know, like old folks do, and sit down here and just talk to myself and look at my gardenias. You know, she loved gardenias, and I got 3 gardenia bushes. That's why her spirit's with me, because they love to plant and all of that stuff like that. They love, you know, I just heard her say, y'all ain't gonna pick up on it in here. But, yeah. What you doing? Huh? Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna let you all go on. I really hope that you all will connect with me tomorrow at 11 p.m. Let's talk about it. You all may have some situations that you all want to talk about. Definitely share with me. This is an opportunity for you all to talk to me about it. Let's talk. Matter of fact, I want to have it where, you know, I can take, you know, maybe some calls. Okay. How about if I just had my cell phone and take some calls, and you all will have the opportunity to call me and ask some questions so we can talk. I'm not going to do any spiritual readings. Okay. I can't do that, but I will talk and give some advice about different situations and stuff that you may be dealing with on the spiritual note. Okay. So if you haven't already, please rate and subscribe. Okay. Bye-bye.